Yeah.
Speaking of creepy, we saw a very... Okay, well, I shouldn't say speaking of creepy. All right. Tom, you saw it first. We each saw... This is a movie review hour. We each saw The Invisible Man, starring known Scientologist Elizabeth Moss.
Yeah.
Tom, give your give your review and then give a score.
My review, it was very it was very long. The first half was very slow.
Yeah.
You didn't know I didn't like a lot of it. I would give it a 4.5 out of 10.
Okay, 4.5 out of 10. I'm going to give it a 6 out of 10.
6 out of 10. Okay,
Yeah.
Why?
Well, it's billed as a horror movie. Let me tell you this. If you don't like scary movies, this is the movie for you.
Yeah, it's not at all.
On the 1 to 10 scary level, I'll give it a 2.
Oh, yeah. No,
On a 1 to 10 disturbing level, I'll give it a 1.5.
Yeah, it was.
There was one scene where I was like, ugh, I don't want to see that, but it quickly
What
stopped.
scene?
Okay, we're just going to go ahead and spoil it. If you don't want to hear
Don't worry.
spoilers,
I feel like no one's going to go see this.
skip ahead 5 minutes. It's already made $55 million.
Well, 'cause
$7 million
nothing
budget.
else is out.
And, the part where at the end when she's in her mental ward cell.
Oh, yeah.
I didn't want to see that.
For sure. Yeah, no, it really wasn't scary at all, though. I mean, it was very Gone Girly.
That was a great movie.
Gone Girl, a way better movie than this one.
That was great. I need to see that again since I only watched it once.
It was trying to be like a Gone Girl type.
I don't think it was.
So you don't really know much about the Invisible Man? Like, they don't tell you, like, you don't know, all you know is
But
that
you do.
she tells you that he's a bad guy.
No, but you do know about
Well,
him.
you assume.
No, you're given the facts right from the beginning. How he's like the guy's a genius.
Well, yeah. But then, like, that he treats her badly, I'm saying. Like, you only know
well,
her.
that's done on purpose.
You only know her perspective of it.
Because the whole movie, the whole theme is they want you to think bitches be crazy.
Yeah.
But then it turns out that this bitch wasn't crazy.
Or was she?
No, she wasn't.
It kind of ends. I hated the music in it, too. I hated that I hated the music.
That's funny that you say that because I usually don't ever notice music. But there is the one part when she's informed that her ex-husband has committed suicide.
Yeah.
And then the music playing over it is like really sad music. But why would she be sad about that? She fled him because he was like abusive.
Yeah, I noticed that too. The music was
I'm like, why?
not.
I'm like, they should be playing "Celebrate Good Times." Come on. Also, I was kind of confused as to who these people were.
Yeah, who's James?
Yeah, who's James?
I thought. Well, at first you think James is her
Sister's husband.
Exactly.
Yes.
But then the sister gets there and he's like, "What are you doing here? Get out! Like, leave."
So then I thought,
okay,
are they divorced?
Like, it just doesn't.
I didn't look it up either.
I was not a big fan of this.
Is that what it is though?
I don't think so. They never said anything.
They're just friends?
I guess they're just friends. Yeah. He's a cop. They don't say anything about. You're just supposed to like just accept that they are friends.
And with a lot of these type of movies, I get it. You're supposed to like suspend, your reality, your disbeliefs, and just accept things.
But explain something like.
But I just hate. Okay, so in the end of the movie, first of all, the guy is not invisible. He is truly he's alive. He never killed himself.
Okay, now it's really spoiled.
But also, it says that when you just type in The Invisible Man on Google and it gives you a little synopsis, it says after her husband stages a suicide.
Oh, that's
she believes that he's invisible. But anyway, so towards the end, the guy's like a tech genius and he builds a suit that makes him invisible. So
That's a sweet house, though.
Oh yeah,
their house was so awesome. That bedroom, like
so he stalks his
cool.
His wife who left him because he's controlling. So in the very end of the movie, they finally kill him. She has a gun and she's hit him enough to where his suit's damaged and he's like glitching so you can see where he is. So she shoots him and it's like, why shoot him 3 times? He's on the ground. Just shoot him in the head.
See, I thought that too, but then I was like, maybe she ran out of bullets. Maybe
she only shot the gun 3 times.
4. It was definitely,
Even if it's
the gun
4
went
times,
off.
there's
I don't know
more
if she
bullets
shot
in
him 4 times.
I don't know anything about guns, but I think you get more than 4
Well,
shots.
no, because the gun went off once before. Maybe she shot him 3 times, but it might have gone off once before.
Either way.
Because I remember thinking, why doesn't she shoot him more? Like, make sure.
Or right before that
shoot him
scene.
in the head. Make sure he's dead.
Right before that scene, when he's in the daughter's room and she gets him with the pepper spray, right? And then
Yeah.
he goes out there and he starts fighting with the dad. Why is she just sitting there screaming? She just had the courage to like pepper spray him, and now she's like, "Oh no, my daddy getting beat up." Beat him up.
Yeah,
Frustrating.
and you don't think he would make an invisible suit that like had some sort of blocker to pepper spray, or like a waterproof, so the pepper spray. I mean,
Well, he didn't really need it. He killed all those cops in that mental facility.
yeah.
And
That's
he was
true.
invisible.
That's true.
He was a strong guy.
He was jacked. He was
Yeah,
taught, but also
the
like
cop was
no one's
James
that cop was huge.
massive.
That guy was real
That guy was
big.
too buff, honestly.
So basically, the whole thing is he's just a buff super genius who made a fucking.
Well, no. James is the friend who she's the friend cop,
Yeah.
like who takes her in after she runs away.
The guy
we don't really
is-
know why he's friends with them though.
Yeah, the guy, the villain, the Invisible Man,
You never see the entire
is
movie.
just you really don't. He's just like a controlling
He's
guy,
kind of an-
and he
kind of an
keeps doing
invisible
these
man.
things to Cecilia
Yeah.
C, as they called her,
Yeah.
to make her think she's like crazy. Now, one of the laugh out loud parts for me was after he's been declared dead, she like wants to get back into work, and she's an architect, of course. So she goes and she has this interview with this guy, and the guy interviewing her is like, "Oh, so you studied in Paris?" And she's like, "Yeah." And he goes, "Oh, is that where they send all the beautiful women to study?" And it's like, "Are you kidding me?" First of all,
In this Me Too world we're living in, you can't.
if
say
I was that woman and he said that, I'd be like, "All right, I'm out, bitch." And then I'm probably gonna Invisible Man his ass later because she has the suit.
Hey, she
in the
still
end.
might.
Right, I know. But that was just such bad writing there. I'm like,
It wasn't
why would
a-
you?
it just
who
wasn't-
says that?
It wasn't really a good movie. He was very nice about her forgetting her stuff though.
It was good. The acting was good. The acting
But
was.
the movie wasn't the best.
No. It
Oh,
wasn't,
also,
wasn't an Oscar
so
movie.
I had so when I went, the theater was completely packed.
Oh yeah, my theater was. I was the only one there.
Theater I went to
This
was
morning.
completely full. I was very annoyed at the beginning of the movie. So it's a theater where you pick your seats, and I specifically picked a row like kind of towards the way front that not one other person had picked.
Yeah.
So I picked some random chair in that row and I sat. So right as the movie was starting, this guy had sat next to me, and then these like 5 girls walk in. This whole row,
Like teenage girls.
maybe like 23-ish.
Okay.
This whole row empty. They all start sitting like next to him, but like towards me.
Mm-hmm.
So they're filling up, and then the last girl, it's like, yeah, we actually have up to seat 11, and I was in seat 11. I'm like, I'm sorry. Like, go sit on the other side of your
Yeah.
Go away from me. Like, but anyway, so the theater was packed, and so the first lawyer scene when she tries to convince the brother and so the brother's
Her
the lawyer.
brother-in-law.
Yeah, the brother-in-law and James. She's like, he's not dead. He created something that makes himself invisible. The entire theater started dying laughing. So the movie turned instead of
turned into a comedy?
every time she said something that would normally be weird.
Yeah.
Like everybody started dying laughing, and it was like this. Definitely, it was always this one guy, and then everybody would laugh at this one guy laughing. So it just turned into like a hilarious movie.
Okay, I did like the scene in the restaurant with her and her sister. I thought that was a good scene.
That was a good scene. I think that I think they should have used that knife fall
Yeah.
as that knife, because then her fingerprints would have been on it.
But she immediately had the knife
I
after
know.
that anyway.
I know, but because
There's a scene where she goes to a restaurant with her sister, and she's like, this is after she's discovered proof that he is not dead. And she's talking to her sister, she's like, meet me in a public place, blah, blah, blah. And just in the middle of nowhere, the sister gets her throat slashed, and the knife goes immediately into her hands and to the main character's hands, and then people start freaking out, and then she gets arrested and thrown into the psych ward.
That's
Is
kinda cool.
there another word for that? I keep wanting to say mental ward, psych ward.
Mental institute.
institution?
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, that's what it is.
I just watched Shutter Island too. I should know.
I was when she was in there, I was thinking like, there's no way to not look crazy if you're in there.
Yeah.
Like no matter how, whatever you like, she's clearly not nuts, but what she's saying is like, I mean, it's nuts. I mean, there's no way for her to look normal in there. She's like unshowered and like her hair's all messy.
Okay, so since we spoiled it all, here's the end. So
They use that move again.
so her husband, the bad guy, the Invisible Man, claims that it was his brother who's setting him up the whole time, and he's found in his home, because he was like kidnapped. And then, they get together one more time. She's there to get a confession that it was him the entire time. James is listening in on their conversation. But James doesn't know that she brought the invisible suit with her. So at one point she excuses herself, goes to the bathroom, puts on the suit, makes him kill himself with the knife, and then comes back out. And he's like, oh, he killed himself. And then what I didn't like was she was talking to James, and James is like hesitant to go along with her. It's like, dude, look at all that she's been through.
Yeah, you got
Just
to.
say, yes, he killed himself. He was like, yeah, I guess this is suicide. I guess this is suicide.
See, also because of the end, maybe that guy was nice. That's the only time we ever.
No,
really
he's
saw
definitely
him.
not nice.
Maybe really just. I mean, maybe she is just a. Because at the end, she like stands. there.
Tom, you need to start
That
believing
music-
women.
No, that music at the end also really annoyed me when she's standing there and it's like. What? No. When she's standing there and it was like looking. The camera's like looking up at her.
Yeah,
Like, and it's like.
because she finally got her revenge.
Yeah, but it seemed like she was the bad guy.
Tom told me off mic that he hates powerful women, so this makes sense.
I heard that too.
No, it just seems like she's the bad. I don't know.
I don't think it seemed like that. It seemed like she was finally at peace with herself.
Seems like you guys
And
watched
she had
a
a cool
shitty movie.
And she had a cool invisible suit to go with it.
Oh, that was awesome, dude. I want that suit.
I would love to have that suit.
I would rob so many banks.
How come that machine just makes invisible suits?
I don't know.
Yeah, in their house.
I don't know.
In their sweet, sweet house.
Yeah. Well, because he's super rich.
Yeah, I mean that's an amazing house. That bedroom, their bedroom is like in the ocean, pretty much.
Yeah.
So awesome.
That was one of the first things I noticed too. How they're always so isolated,
Oh yeah.
I would love. I'm going to write something where no one's stupid, and maybe they're isolated. I've thought about this before actually. As like a group of friends go to some place like Joshua Tree or something,
No.
and
I had this idea too. Remember when we went up for New Year's
Big Bear.
to the Big Bear?
Yeah.
And we were in that cabin.
Yeah.
And like there was no power.
Right.
And we were waiting for that dude to show up.
Yeah.
And I'm like, this is the fucking beginning of a horror film. And imagine if we were all actually in that situation and like trying to get out of it.
Yeah.
I think that's got some legs.
I thought about something like that too. Like people like a group of friends go to like Joshua Tree to like do shrooms or something.
Yeah.
And they're in an isolated Airbnb, and then the power goes out. They're in the middle of nowhere. They don't have Wi-Fi or anything, and then they're just picked off one by one. But they're not stupid about it. And
Yeah.
the thing is, the killer also not stupid. He's smart too. So it's like a good battle between it. But I'm lazy and I haven't written anything. But
You
it's a
ever
good
seen
idea.
Tucker and Dale vs. Evil?
Yeah, great movie.
Great movie.
Comedy.
It's hilarious.
That is.
So good. Well, I guess sort of like Cabin in the Woodsy or The Most Dangerous Game.
Well, they're coming out with a remake of that, The Hunt.
Of Most Dangerous Game?
Yeah.
Did you ever see
It'll
The
be-
Pest?
No.
Or the Pest with John Leguizamo?
No.
It's literally the plot of The Most Dangerous Game, but it's like a 90s slapstick comedy.
Yeah,
It's
they've
pretty great.
remade that. This new one it has Emma Roberts in it,
Okay.
Ike Barinholtz, Hilary Swank.
All right.
Could be good.
$1 Million Baby.
Never saw it.
Great movie. Don't burp at the table. You really don't.
That wasn't me.
You really don't have manners, huh?
That was you.
My elbow is on the table, though.
John Leguizamo.
He
I want to
lets-
see John Leguizamo as his character from Ice Age, Sid, as the pest.
Yeah, he lets a rich man hunt him for $50,000. That's the whole plot of the film.
Does he get killed in the end?
I forget how it ends. I haven't seen
Probably not, though.
it. I don't think so.
Would have been funnier if he did.
Yeah.
Like it was a comedy the entire time, then he gets killed in the end.
Brutally murdered.
Yeah.